I didn't really think of the Bad Batch having romantic interest, but that seemed like something. This is way too good. This is way too nice. What kind of nonsense is here? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to The Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 13. Now, after the last couple episodes, I cannot wait to get into this. We're in the final stretch now of Season 2, and so far they've been building it so well, and I can't sort of picture what the final will be. The final for Season 1 was quite sad and depressing. It was a closing to the Clone Wars. You had Kamino falling, and it sort of, you dealt with the whole crosshair thing, and now the last two episodes have set something up. No, not the last two episodes, the whole from the mid-season point has set this up. We've had Rampart done with. The Empire's brought in the Stormtroopers. They're not here yet, but they're coming. They're here. Their presence is inevitable now, so there's no stopping that. Rampart's done, and now you have Dr. Hemlock, who's doing weird stuff with Zillo Beast, like whatever's going on there, and then you have Crosshair, who has finally turned against the Empire, or at least in some way. He shot the one guy, which I'm assuming kicks him out of the Empire. It makes him a traitor for killing a lieutenant, but he's stuck with the other Doctor who was with Hemlock. And I want to say he's being experimented on. He was being, I'm not an optimist. She was either trying to save his life by injecting something into his neck, or it's an experiment thing and it's going to be some kind of torturous thing. That's what I'm expecting going in. But yeah, we've got 4 episodes left till the season final here, and I don't know what to expect right now. It feels like stuff could pick up rather quickly and just get to the final, which I don't know how they can fill it in. We have Hunter, the Bad Batch, who are contacting Echo and Rex to tell them about the Zillo Beast thing. That's the other thing that was left off in the episode before the last one. Crosshair's now with Dr. Hemlock, and you have 4 episodes to fill, and I don't know if they'll decompress after the last 2 that we've just had, or if they're going to continue it. I don't know. But yeah, I just really want to get into it to find out. Yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in. Is this back on Coruscant? Looks kind of like the underworld bit, so we're going... is this going back to like Capital City intense stuff, or we're yet to see?
Well, Crowder.
Oh, so Fee, and it's okay, Fee's back.
Let's see it.
Bonsai tree, cool.
Payment first.
Not until I know it's not one of your 2-bit knockoffs.
Okay, so, okay, seems good. Omega's here, Hunter's here. Okay, so this is kind of a... What operation is this? You're doing work for Sid, you've kind of failed her a lot recently. That's making tension there. Is this dealing with the whole Sid side of thing? I would like that. You don't want to drink it. What's in the drink?
Poison's not typically my drink.
Impressive.
Okay, so they were trying to kill her. Oh, what is that? Some weird bug thing?
A liberator of ancient wonders.
Oh,
That I am.
you really banned into that. I love his tracking. Is that the same thing that was sent after Padme in Attack of the Clones? Oh! Yee. Hunter! Come on, use your... Phew. I love his ability that he can basically... Isn't this not scent, it's tracking? He can hear things super well, so that's how he can notice that.
You should have brought more muscle than that, Fee.
Here comes Echo.
She did.
I love it when they give him like intimidating like things to do, because he is huge. Okay, this is so cool. Where's Tech? Where's Tech in all of this? Ooh. Okay, you got the thing. Why is the thing so important though? Is it going to unlock some kind of ancient evil robot again? Okay, cool. I forget, has Omega killed before? Is that like a death?
Tech, we need a pickup.
Okay, so you're getaway driver. Cool. I'm hoping this is dealing with Sid stuff, because this makes sense. It's treasure, it's money, it's not like full-on Empire stuff. So I feel like this could go back into the Sid territory and we can get that dealt with before whatever the whole Hemlock thing is.
You know, Omega was pretty impressive back there.
She always is.
Don't you think she should learn some other skills?
What others?
Yeah, what are you suggesting?
She needs friends. One's her own age.
Yeah, she nearly had that with Hera. Are they like still in contact?
We're receiving a transmission. It is from Sid.
We're dealing with that stuff. Okay, so wait, so they are going back. I thought that she was done with them if they couldn't get the Zillo Beast cargo thing back to her.
It's been 20 rotations. You better be dead. Remember our mutually beneficial arrangement?
Yeah, they're bringing that back up. So this tension is not good here.
Well, to not assume I am just threatening you, boy.
Okay, yeah, she comes off very, very threatening there. Things aren't going well.
You cut ties with Sid.
Mutually beneficial arrangement wasn't so beneficial.
Wait, so you actually have crossed... Wait, so you're ghosting her, basically. You've left, but you're not telling her you've left. She still thinks you're there.
Do you have a plan?
You're looking at it.
To ghost her. That's brilliant. That's genius. That's not gonna work.
You all are coming with me. Head to these coordinates. Brown eyes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you helping them? I thought you were like a friend of Sid's. Does she not know that you two are together? Like on in the same mission? This is nice. Surprisingly tranquil. Looks beautiful. I'm getting Naboo vibes. It's that sort of European architecture, like style. Like this shot, the archways. It feels like Naboo.
It's where the artifact will be stored. It holds treasures from all over the galaxy.
Cool, and is that like, is it a mini version of the tree that's outside of it?
Most of the villagers on Pabu are refugees. Many of the items I recover are remnants of their cultures, and that's worth preserving.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're such like a good pirate. You're nothing like Hondo.
About time you showed your face around here.
Miss me, Shep?
You got some competition.
Auntie Fee!
Auntie, okay, so she's got good ties here. So she isn't just a loner who wanders around collecting treasure.
Mayor of Pabu, and his daughter, Liana. Shep, Liana,
Friends! Wonderful. Okay, so this is what she's doing. She wants to get Omega friends. This is nice. I'm on edge because this place looks completely untouched by the Empire. No one is like questioning like the clones sort of thing, and you'd think that'd be kind of galaxy-wide. So it seems way too peaceful here.
So why bring us?
makes you wonder, doesn't it?
She must really like you.
Yeah, why? What's going on?
There's no saying no to Shep's famous feast. Lots of food, drink, and general merrymaking. You'll probably hate it.
I love her banter with Tech. That's so fun. But like, I'm very much on edge. We're close to the end of the season. We're dealing with the Sid stuff, and it's way too peaceful right now.
Gonna put this someplace safe.
That was a linger. That was like you stayed. Is there something there? Could that become something? I didn't really think of the Bad Batch having romantic interest, but that seemed like something.
Wow.
Beautiful. A lot of round buildings.
We've expanded below the wall into lower Pabu.
Okay, but why the wall? Because there's a big wall that's on like the mountain of this island. Why is that there? Is it just to stop the mountain from crumbling? Like erosion sort of thing?
Make yourselves at home.
I don't know whether to trust people. This is too good. This is too nice and too happy. I can't trust anything. This place looks absolutely beautiful, which makes me think that it's like outer beauty. It's going to have some kind of dark innards. What's going on? This is all going to be a trap. Even the wildlife is cute so far. That is not a good sign to me. That feels like there's still some evil hidden thing here.
Elders say they've lived here since before Pabu was inhabited.
Okay, cool. So, like the original inhabitant animal?
Have not heard her laugh like that in some time.
Really? I mean, she seems always happy. There hasn't been a moment where I think she feels particularly lonely. I mean, it's good that she has friends, but she's never really expressed the desire to actually want friends. It's a natural thing to do, but like there's never been a moment where she's actively, I guess, missed not having them. So I don't get what they're going on about saying that this is like the first time she's laughed in a while.
As a father, you couldn't ask for a better place to raise a child.
Okay, this is going to be okay, I can see what's happening right now. So we're dealing with the whole thing where it's whether or not to fight the Empire or retire and live peacefully and let Omega sort of grow up and have a childhood, that sort of thing. That's what he's deciding. So this episode is determining whether or not Hunter at least goes to fight the Empire or stays here with Omega. And it will deal with that whole storyline. Is that sushi? They have sushi here. This is way too good. This is way too nice. Bad things are gonna happen. There's some kind of evil innards. Something's going on.
You want to take it out and watch the sunset?
Really? Can I go?
Ah.
Have fun.
Okay, I do like this. Go, let her have a childhood, but still, you're important characters to an action story. I feel like it's going to be a painful thing because you're not going to be able to stay here. There's no way.
I'm full. I am never never fall.
Yeah, okay, wow. Yeah, things are going way too well. I think, bad things are coming.
Hope you saved room for dessert.
I love this place.
Yeah, no, there's gotta be some evil here. No. Everything is going way too well. There's not been any sort of conflict so far. Only the little thing with Sid. Other than that, it's way too good. Omega's getting a child here. That's what's throwing me off. That shouldn't... yeah, she doesn't... That's just not... It's weird. That doesn't happen. It's so unusual. Some bad thing, some detrimental bad thing is coming.
My life surrounded by the ocean, but it didn't feel like this place.
True, because yeah, it's constantly storming.
The Empire.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so they know about it. That's... Okay, I thought that maybe they were under the impression that there was no empire and they just didn't know about it. Peaceful bliss sort of thing. So they do know about it, yet it's still peaceful.
It's almost time.
For what?
Yeah, for what?
For yourself.
She seems happy. It's another good thing, isn't it?
Just wait. It'll be worth it.
There's something between these two, isn't there? Lights turning on. Okay, cool.
Pretty spectacular, right?
I suppose that is one way to quantify it.
Sure, I mean, it's just turning on lights when it gets dark. I don't see much. I'm far more simple. There's definitely something between those two. The looks is... I don't know what to think. It's really quite cute. Here comes Nasting. Monkeys are scared. I knew something bad's happening. Where is it coming from? What's happening? Ships. Look at the sky. Empire found you. Would Sid rat them out, and would she know where they are? Could she track the ship? Could she send the Empire after them? I don't want her to do that, but I feel like can't trust anything she does at the minute. Everyone's looking at the sky. It's going to be the Empire. It's too peaceful, and they're going to destroy it all.
Something's coming.
Yes.
We need to.
Okay, ground shaking. No Empire? What kind of nonsense is here?
What was it? Just a tremor. It's no big deal. Happens all the time.
That's not a good thing.
But let's head in.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
Okay, so apparently tremors are a common thing here. That's not good. It's gonna go from like really pleasant to like absolutely awful, isn't it?
Well, that was different.
A small tremor. It's nothing to worry about.
Small, so you've had bigger ones?
I don't think it's over yet.
Okay, that's... wait, no, it wouldn't be aftershock, it was a small tremor, and this seems like worse. And things are cracking. Ooh. Yeah, you need to get back to shore now. Can the thing go any faster?
That was not a small tremor.
What is causing it? What's doing it?
I believe this island is at risk for a significant sea surge.
See? Ooh.
Highly probable to imminent.
We haven't had a sea surge in more than 3 decades.
Okay, so natural disaster. That, I guess, is better than Empire.
I don't like the sound of that.
Going back to the giant thingy. What is it? So, okay, the wall is for sea protection. So, they just need to get past the wall then. Then everything's cracking and shaking. And is the wall going to come down?
The water has already begun receding.
Tsunami!
Liana and Omega, they're on the water.
I'll grab our ship and get...
Yes, get the ship. That's why you're in Star Wars. You have ships, you can move fast, and you can get up to higher ground with ships. It's great. I need to look at the horizon. Where's... Because you're being dragged out! Okay, this is not pleasant at all, and the little weird alien fishes are dying. You're being dragged out further,
It's pulling us out. We're gonna hit the rock.
Great, there are only 2 rocks in this entire ocean, and you're gonna hit them. Jumping, I don't know, like, that tiny little reef, and you're gonna hit that, okay. Yeah. The boat was fine, you would have been fine. Okay, no, this is dreadful. That whole shore has now dried out. Where is the wave?
Wake up.
Please, you need to start running back.
Are you okay?
Where's the wave? You can hear it.
I think so.
Stop faffing around and move. Please.
We have to keep moving.
Don't. Okay, stop. Okay, look behind you. Look at that and now gawk at it. It's taking you so long to move.
Giant wave coming. We're too far out.
Yes.
Keep your locator on and head to shore. I'm on my way.
Just keep running, just don't stop running, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. It's not like you can die. Just let Hunter get the ship quickly, let the tension build, and then let him save you. And the wall is really nice. That's a really steep wall. Wow. I do like how that's sort of designed.
We must use additional means to get them over the wall.
We can deploy the rescue ladder.
What?
They line the top of each wall.
Okay, cool. Nice that they got all these like stuff here.
Hang on.
Okay, yeah, they're a thing. That's cool.
You take those ladders. I'll handle these.
And it's kind of sad that the Bad Batch have been caught in two sort of giant disasters now. So you had the whole thing on Kamino, which is Empire-made disaster. Now you have a natural-made disaster, which is happening to a very similar sort of planet. Ooh, come on.
This way.
Yep, go, start climbing. That was a really cool ladder.
It's the last one.
Can I help you?
Why aren't you moving?
That will be fine, Mr.
Okay, old, okay, just get him up.
Is it happening?
Tsunami. You look completely fine, even though there were earthquakes and cracks. That's lovely.
Omega, I've reached the ship. Hang on.
Yes, get going now, move. That wave is so close. So I always wonder with shows, do they calculate like the distance and the times at which it can take for this to happen? Because is it just the waves in the background, and of course the ship, is just the wave in the background, and of course they'll just be saved? Or do they actually time it to know when sort of the ship can get to them? Or they actually have the wave at an accurate distance to where it should be? Okay, you're both on it. You up? It looked like, oh no, you're not up. Oh, stop flying up! Okay, so is it just you three left? You should be fine. Just getting close. It's getting very close. It's getting so close. You can't climb. You can't climb carrying an old man. Can you chuck him up? Okay, yeah, it's here. It's here. Okay, Rekka, you gotta hurry. Is he gonna die? Is the dad gonna die? I mean, as for casualties go, having one, pretty good in the disaster situation. But that would still be quite the shame. Are you not high enough? Pull him up! What? Hurry! See, why does everyone just stand around and like not do stuff? They look at stuff. Why can't you pull everyone up then look at things? Everyone's good? Everyone's alive? No casualties? That's a very effective evacuation plan. Okay, but all your homes are destroyed. At least you have your lives. And is this really a good spot for like a refugee sort of location? You have an island that seems prone to this sort of thing since they've got a giant wall there. And these people don't exactly have the sort of financial means to be able to repair constantly. These people are down on their luck and now they're situated in a place that's not sort of has a more likely chance to be hit by a natural disaster than others. This doesn't seem like a good location to be. Oh, the little houses are like barnacles.
We got everyone out in time. That's what's important.
Yeah, no casualties. It's pretty amazing.
My people are resilient. We'll band together and rebuild.
Or you could move to a place that isn't going to have tsunamis.
We could stay and help out with things. I had the same idea.
Okay. You're staying. That it seems bad to me because if they stay, there's going to have to be a reason they leave. So they're basically saying that Rex and Echo can deal with the whole Zilla Beast thing, and that these guys are going to move away from the Empire stuff, and they're going to stay here. I feel like that's just going to bring badness to this planet. And that was definitely an interesting episode. It was definitely decompressing. The threat was an Empire. They did a lot with that recently, and so it was on and off again. So you had the first big thing, which was Palpatine coming back, and the Senate thing, then decompressed on the Canyon planet, went back again with Zilla Beast and Crosshair, now it's decompressing again with this small island storyline. So they're now staying on this planet, and they're dealing with all of that stuff. And that's definitely a build-up for something. They're not done. They're not staying away from the Empire. They're going to be dragged back into it, and them staying there is probably going to put everyone else in danger. So it's going to be more painful when that eventually happens, knowing that they can't have sort of a nice peaceful life just because of who they are. So yeah, I do like that we got more on Fee now, that she isn't just a treasure hunter who goes after things and like that. She's almost like a Robin Hood type of person. She goes around, collects these treasures, and then returns it to where it should belong. So that is quite nice. And it's when she said that she was like a pirate, I immediately think Hondo. She is so much different than Hondo, and like she's just a nice person in that way. Hondo can have his moments, but he's very much guided by money. Fee, much more guided by morality, which is a very nice change. It makes her different from Hondo in the sense they're both pirates, yet they're both very distinct. Also really like the sort of relationship that's going on between her and Tech. That is like really nice, and they're like very flirty, and it's quite sweet and nice. And it like with Tech's last episode, it almost makes sense in a way because Tech processes emotion. He's like differently, and he, I guess, wouldn't understand. I think maybe he'd struggle making the first move in that sort of sense. It makes sense that he'd be with Fee, who's very much upfront about everything. She feels like the one that would guide him in that way. And it doesn't seem like he dislikes the attention. He seems like he quite likes her. But I think they are like a good match with each other. But yeah, I think this episode's whole purpose was meant to deal with the more sort of the idealistic aspects of what Hunter wants for Omega. He wants her to have friends, he wants her to have a childhood, and he wants all those sort of nice things where she doesn't have to grow up fighting in a war with the Empire and that sort of thing. He doesn't want her to be on the run like that. So it's giving him that option, and at the end of it, it's going to have to be him having to choose not to go with it. He's going to have to leave it for some reason, and everyone's going to have to go with it, and they can't have this life. They just can't. We're near the end of the season. It doesn't make sense story-wise. Yes, it'd be like a nice ending overall, but you still got a couple episodes left with the main characters. They ain't going to stay here. This ain't going to end happily. They're probably going to try and rebuild the thing. They'll do it, and they'll think, okay, yes, it's time to stay. Then bad things will happen. That's what I'm not... My fear is you have Sid. She's been getting more threatening and far more, I guess, I don't want to say evil, but much more antagonistic recently. She had the threat at the start, and my fear is that she may have put a tracker on the ship. The group have failed a lot recently, so maybe in the times they do go back, she puts a tracker on them just in case that she thinks they're going to betray her and leave her alone. I don't know how vindictive she is. I hope that whenever she's actually in the same room as them, I feel like she's a lot softer. I don't think she's been in the same room as them that long. So she hasn't been with them for a while. 20 rotations, I think she said. So it's been some time, and I guess she might have gotten stiffer and harder on them. So I think it might be easier for her to betray them, but I really don't want her to. I feel like they do have a connection there. She does feel like sort of a bad batch, but don't remember, she's Trandoshan now, but she feels so much different than like other Trandoshans. But I don't want to suspect like she has the same nature as them and would betray the Bad Batch. That feels really bad. Because I don't want like the Empire brought to this nice little planet either. It already has enough to deal with. So if Sid does have a tracker on the ship, I feel like that'd be such a shame. And I still don't want her to turn, or not turn. I don't want her to do it. I want her to be like good. She feels like a Bad Batcher. She's not like every other Trandoshan. She fits in that sort of way. I also really like that this was sort of Omega's first time processing the idea that she could have a normal life. So far, she's been on Kamino, then she's been with the Bad Batch. She's never had a moment where she can actually just be a kid. She was Nala Se's medical assistant, so we still haven't seen what their relationship was like. I don't know if it was like a mother-daughter thing or just employer-employee thing, but there's definitely like connection there for Nala Se. Don't know about Omega. But it's clear that she wasn't allowed to be a kid there. She had a job where she's 10 or 12 years old. So she's still a kid doing that sort of thing. So yeah, she never had the chance to have a childhood there. Then she's with the Bad Batch, where she's dealing with the whole Empire and that whole Republic fallout thing. So still, she's fighting for her life, can't be a kid. Now she's actually being able to be allowed to have that moment. So it'll be interesting to see if she wants to stay or if she wants to go back to the fighting and the running and that sort of thing, because that's something she's never had that option before. Because I know she'd always go with the Bad Batch. They're her brothers, and that's never going to change. She will always want to go with them, but you just don't know what her personal opinion is on whether or not she wants to fight the Empire or wants to have a childhood. We've seen her sort of reaction to the little mini canyon part with Mako, where she basically saw that there's evil everywhere in the Empire, and Tech told her that there's also people like us who do good in the universe, in the galaxy. So there's definitely like an internal thought thing going on for her, whether or not she wants to be a kid or if she wants to help fight the Empire. I think that's a conflict that still is sort of developing, and I think this episode is part of something that will develop into seeing where all the characters are in their headspace with the Empire at the minute. They've been given sort of what they wanted on a silver platter right now. It's whether or not they stick with it, whether or not it will be destroyed before their eyes, or whether or not they'll choose to leave it to fight the Empire. Okay, I think first off, I did enjoy this episode for what it was. I do think just seeing it on its own kind of it's a lot less, I guess, going on than what a lot of the other episodes has. That's completely fine, because it's more decompression, and I'm assuming this is setting stuff up. So I'm guessing we'll see the payoff of this episode further down the line. So right now, I'm trying to judge it based on just what I've seen so far. I think I really like that this was basically a Hunter-focused episode. I've been waiting for that. It feels like Season 2 is much more balanced than Season 1, dealing with all the characters and just getting them all a good amount of focus and development. Here, it was basically given Hunter exactly what he's wanted. A peaceful life away from the Empire where they don't have to worry about it, and it's given him sort of the opportunity to let Omega have a childhood. That's what he's wanted for her, and now he has it. So it'll be, because that's literally his entire motivation, his entire drive. They've given him exactly what he wanted. Now I cannot wait to see where it goes, because it could easily be sort of he stays with it, and this is where his story could end. It's given him that option. So it'll be interesting to see like if this place will get destroyed or if he'll choose to leave it to go for the Empire. That is the things going on in my head. Bad things are going to happen. They're going to have to leave it. I doubt he would stay here. And it's just because you have a whole nother season to deal with, and I don't see like them just staying. And I just think it'll be interesting to know whether or not he chooses to leave or if he has to. Also, like that we got to see more use of his abilities again, because Tracker is. I love how they demonstrate it. It is. I always use Tracker, but it's more super sensing, where he can hear things, he can feel the ground shake, and he can feel the vibrations. So he's much more. It's almost awareness. He's very much aware of what's going on around him. He could feel the tsunami coming just after the weird monkey things could feel it. So because I think animals can like sense when natural disasters are coming far before humans can. So that's cool that he almost has that elevated awareness as well. Omega was definitely the second focus of this episode, with her getting sort of the childhood that she doesn't have. We've seen her make friends before with Hera, and now she's making another friend here, which is really nice because she reminds me a lot of Ahsoka in the way that Clone Wars watched Ahsoka grow up and sort of navigate being a Jedi and also being a teenager. Here we're getting to watch Omega develop through being a child and also being a soldier in a chaotic society. So it's cool that we're getting to see that sort of focus, because we saw Ahsoka's personal life flare up with Lux. Now we're seeing Omega's personal life flare up with sort of the friendships that she's struggling to make just from the position she has in life. Because I've been thinking for a while now, I'm very worried about like where this show can go, because now I know that the Bad Batch, they're going to age a lot faster than Omega, which is really sad to think about, because she's going to outlive all of them. They're going to die when she's like maybe 50. So, or young, she could be younger than that. And it's a very sad thing to think about, that she's going to have a whole half of her life spent without them. That is an awful thing to think about. So right now, they're basically her parents, but the roles are going to they're not going to reverse, but she's going to be still quite young when they're very much decrepit. They're going to age away from each other. So I feel like there's so much development that needs to be now done with Omega, just from the sense of the broadness of the Star Wars universe. We're seeing her grow up within sort of the Bad Batch and become a soldier. That's all we're getting. But I feel like she has to develop far beyond that, considering she's going to have to learn to cope without the Bad Batch. They're not going to be around forever, and she's going to be around a lot longer after them. And that's just a really sad thing to think about, and I'm just wondering whether or not we'll get sort of that development in this show. But I do like how it's sort of focused in a smaller spot right now. We're focusing on just dealing with her childhood and getting her sort of just friends and being happy, which I think is a very good starting point. And if they do it right, they could literally show this character develop in incredible detail going forward. Then we have Fee's return. I do like Fee, but it does seem like whenever she shows up, the episode is very much a decompressed one. She hasn't been part of a serious sort of thing so far. She dealt with the Zepho thing, which was a very separate thing. If it is Zepho, I've been told that it could be Vakatan, or the other thing that was before the Republic. So it's one of the ancient civilizations. So she was in that sort of episode. Now she's in this one, which is, again, not very Empire-focused. And we're getting to get a bit more about her, that she's almost a Robin Hood type character, where she gets artifacts that have been lost and gets it back to the people that value it the most. It's a part of their culture. That's what she does, which is a really nice sort of idea for a pirate. Hondo, very much stereotypical pirate. He is guided by money. Fee, much more moral. And it does make me wonder, because in the giant ancient alien thing episode, there was a moment where she clutched the key and didn't want to give it back. So it makes me wonder if there's any more going on below the surface, that there is a greed that's gnawing at her that could take control of her at some point, that could start guiding her more than her morality. And of course then we have Tech, and I really like that they're sort of setting up a relationship between him and Fee. I think there were hints of it before, because she kept calling him Brown Eyes, but I feel like she had a nickname for everyone. So it's cool that that is happening. I didn't actually think that the Batch would get like a romantic interest in this story, but it's quite cool that they've given one to Tech. Because he's the one that is typically, I wouldn't say emotionless, he just doesn't present emotions. So it's cool that they're actually giving him a romantic storyline in that way. Because they did so much with him in the Canyon episode, getting to see how he processes emotion differently. And now we're getting to see more on that with him getting to process romantic relationship stuff. So I like that they're like showing that off, and it's actually Tech that has the romantic relationship, not any of the others. And I think that's just a really cool choice. I think the pair actually work really well because you have Tech who can't present emotion as like regular people, so I would almost think he'd be more reserved to express a romantic interest in someone because he doesn't know how they would respond to it. But Fee is much more forward and I guess much more, I guess, confident, or I wouldn't say headstrong. I'd say she knows what she wants and she doesn't. If she got rejected, I don't think she'd care. That's what I'm getting from her at the minute. So I do think that they are a good match in the sense that she could lead so the romantic aspects of the relationship, and then Tech can follow along and process the emotions of it how he does. And of course you have Sid, who is getting far more worrying to me. She feels a lot more antagonistic, a lot more threatening, and just more dangerous by the second. Think when she's with the Bad Batch, she's softer, and she almost feels like a grandma in that sort of way. She's stern, she might hit you with a shoe, but she still feels like she cares about them. And right now, I feel like the separation is making that relationship a lot more fragile, and that just ditching her and ghosting her might not be the best decision. I feel like she might be spiteful, because I've got to remember, she's a Trandoshan, and all the species we've seen so far, they follow a common trait of not being the best person. So yeah, I'm very concerned for Sid. I don't want her to rat them out to the Empire and give away their location if she has access to it, which I still think she might have put a track on their ship after they keep failing in their missions. But yeah, it does make me very concerned. I don't want her to do it, but I feel like she might. The island itself I absolutely love, but I like how they make each location feel so different in Star Wars. We had so many different things. I think this one did remind me a lot of Naboo, but it still was so different, and just it felt like a Mediterranean island in that way. It felt you had the European architecture with the arches and stuff. It felt like just really nice. And I love the idea of having it's kind of sad, but the broken houses all look like those tiny barnacles that you find all over rocks by the beach. That's what it reminded me of, and I do like that they have that imagery there. But I think, again, I do almost think that just seeing that, the Bad Batch itself, their locations and planets feel a lot sort of more Earth-like than what we saw in the Clone Wars. Clone Wars, we had a bunch of vastly different environments, so many different planets that felt so alien. There wasn't a lot that made you think of Earth. There might have been like a few episodes where you think, oh, this actually looks like Earth for once. But this one, the Bad Batch itself, feels like the locations and environments feel a lot more Earth-related. We've had canyons, we've had caves and mines, we've had ocean planets, tropical seas, and I think we went back to one Clone Wars location before. I think it might have been Felucia. But that was like the only time it felt like we were going back to an alien planet. And the Separatist one with the different coloured trees. I'm just wondering if it's like a sign of the time, since Clone Wars was made with a bunch of different creators back ages ago, and they had a much more different environments, and now this one's much more modern, and it's dealing with a lot of environments that are very much, you could think, are part of Earth. This felt like you could go to the Mediterranean and you could find this place. The tsunami, I think, was done so well in the sense that it created a lot of fear, the accuracy of how it showed, and I think it would be very easy for shows just have the giant wave come out of nowhere, but the detail that they went into and just having it build up the fear. You saw the earthquakes at first, and then you had the water receding, which was such a cool sort of thing to see, because you could see it in the back of shots. All the water was gone. You could see the seafloor. Seafloor. You could see all of that, and I just like the detail of it. It let you build up the terror in your mind. It almost felt like it gave you a very accurate experience of what it must be like to experience a tsunami, because you see videos online of what happened in Japan and all these like awful natural disasters, which you see the water will absolutely disappear, and then the giant wave come. This felt very accurate. I mean, I think I'm just impressed with how much work must have gone in to actually get the accuracy right, to, I guess, timing, just distance and waves, and just creating the level of fear that have gone into it. I'm assuming they must have looked at tsunami videos and just getting it all absolutely accurate to grasp that level of fear. Then lastly, just looking at the purpose of this episode, it's definitely gonna get continued. I think this definitely isn't like one in itself. I feel like it needs a second part to be judged against. So there's a lot of build up here, not a lot of consequences. That's what it's doing. You have the stuff going on with Hunter and Omega where they want to stay here. That's what's going on. Wrecker is full, so he seems like he's pretty happy here, but I don't think he'd be very content for long. Yes, he likes the food, but he also likes fighting. That's not going to happen a lot here. Then you have Tech, I think, would be pretty happy staying here with V. So this feels like their sort of perfect mirage. It's where they want to be but can't be. And now I'm really interested to whether or not this will go into they can choose to leave or they have to leave. I think that'll be very important to whatever comes after. Because if they choose to leave, they could always come back. That could be sort of the Empire's calling them away and they have to go deal with it and then they come back. And then this could be sort of their end goal. And we have a nice sort of glimpse or tease of what life could be like when they have finished their final mission or whatever. And this is where they they can let themselves grow old and they can let Omega have a good life here. That would be nice. If they have to leave, feel like that could be a whole lot worse in the way that Sid could rat them out. Empire comes for them and they could destroy this place that is absent of Empire. That's what concerns me. It's the fact that there's no Empire here and life is too good. I feel like because this whole thing is with the Empire and that's the threat. So it feels like if you have like a bubble that's separate from the Empire has to burst it. Yeah, I think it'll just be very interesting whatever direction this goes down, whether or not it's a choice to leave or whether or not they have to. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you in the next one for Season 2, Episode 14. See ya!